So I wanted to do a piece that was all about some amazing emerging talent coming out of Australia at the moment. Because I'm in Australia, I thought it kind of was fitting, but also over the last couple of years, there has been some amazing talent coming this way. Artists like G-Flip, Tash Sultana, Gang of Youths, and most recently Amy Shark's album has been breaking waves across the world. She's massive here as well, by the way, just in case anyone wondered. So I thought I would do a week that was just dedicated to music coming out of Australia. And I started this journey last week listening to Tripple J. Oh, but first of all, it's Friday, it's sunny outside. That can only mean one thing: music club. So f***ing windy today. First artist I want to talk about is a woman called Sparrows. Sparrows comes out of Sydney in New South Wales. It's on the southeast coast of Australia. Her sound is very similar to that of Likey Lee. In fact, when I first heard it, I thought that's who it was. It kind of has this reminiscent late noughties indie disco kind of sound. Very comparable to the time, not the sound, but the kind of time that Florence and the Machine was just coming about. There's a drumming noise inside my head that starts me all along. Swear you could hear it, it makes such an almighty sound. Artists like Little Boots. That kind of sound. And there are other music outlets that are drawing influences from people like Grimes and Robin. There's certainly a Swedish electro-pop influence in there, whatever anyone says. I think this record is really great. This is the kind of pop music I love. It's very intellectual and experimental with its sounds, and I think that this adds to those artists that I've just mentioned before quite nicely. She's currently sitting on 4 singles, with apparently plans to release an EP, maybe even later this year. I'm hoping so, that'd be great. Nothing on the cards in terms of tours at the moment. As soon as anything gets announced though, I'm sure it'll be something that I'll be heading to go see. There's a fantastic remix of this record going around by an artist called Delamere as well. Delamere? The Delamere remix is brilliant. Certainly one that's been helping me with my exercise. This is Over and Out by Sparrows. In that same show that I was listening to discover Sparrows, I discovered this new band called Doogs. They're a 3-piece pop punk band from Mandurah in Perth, which is Western Australia. And they've got a real kind of indie punk sound to them. Their bass lines are very reminiscent of that of kind of Blink 182. Josie, you're my... and The Offspring. But they also have a very current kind of sound to them. Their guitars remind me of the grandiose sound of Catfish and the Bottlemen. And definitely throws me back to the song Get Away by Yuck. And finally, they're the people that are admitting that they're influenced by Fiddler and Waves, rather than me just having to guess. They're playing the Crowbar in Brisbane in December. I will definitely be in the audience. We've got a play counter 10 times on my iTunes in the last week, so that's pretty good going. And there's an amazing rendition of this song on the Baked Good channel, which is something I've discovered since I've arrived here. I'll probably link it in the description below. It's definitely worth checking out. I love this song, and it's one that I think might even go in my top 10 list for the year. We'll see. This is Want That by Good Doogs. And last, but by certainly no means least, I discovered this on Baked Goods. It was linked to the Good Doogs record that I mentioned before. I know that sounds kind of lazy in terms of discovery, but that's just how it went, and I really like it. This band is called Diet, and they're a 5-piece band from Melbourne in Victoria, which is South Australia. They have a really cool sound. They're definitely influenced by people like the Smiths. And their guitar sounds a lot like The Cure. But the vocals remind me of like a devil child of Robert Smith of The Cure and Frank Turner, something that I know my dad and my little brother would absolutely love. Also, I think fans of bands like The War on Drugs this is where you need to be paying attention. Signed to a Melbourne-based record label called Hell's Beach. They've also signed the amazingly named Hideous Sun Demon, a band I feel sure I will be checking out as soon as I start recording this. And again, this song is just one of those that I've been listening to non-stop. They've got no gigs in Queensland planned at the moment, a few in the other parts of Australia, but as soon as they come up this way, you can guarantee I'll be in the audience. This is Close Off by Diet. So that's this week's Music Club. Perhaps next week I'll go back to the UK or America. But these three artists have been three that I've been following since I've been here, and yeah, their records are great. Let me know what you think. If you like or dislike, then that's absolutely fine. Let's keep the conversation going. I'll be back next Friday for some more Music Club, but in the meantime, have a lovely week. Sparrows comes out of Sydney in New South Wales. That's on the southwest east coast.